COVID pandemic has had disastrous effects on individuals, families, and businesses alike. Though it has brought suffering to some, one industry in particular benefited from the lockdown: social media. For some social media platforms, the pandemic came with an almost 85% increase in new users. Restricted to houses, individuals of all ages turned to social media as a glimpse of social interaction in the midst of the lockdown. But the pandemic wasn't the only influx of new users for social media platforms. The last decade has seen large amounts of new users. According to Blacklinko, approximately 4.48 billion people use social media, or roughly 57% of the global population. With 99% of teens from 18 to 24 to 51% of adults from 55 and up interacting on social media on a weekly basis, it is no surprise that companies have created savvy ways to market to consumers of all ages. Most popular done by companies such as Nike with over 200 million followers on Instagram. Large corporations and small businesses alike are using social media to market their products. According to Verizon, 90% of marketing executives utilize social media as a form of marketing due to its convenience, affordability, and efficiency. With clear evidence showing that social media is more effective by both cost and viewers than traditional methods such as TV and newspaper, what does the future hold, and how will companies continue to adapt to changing markets and consumer habits? From 6Degrees to TikTok, this is the evolution of social media and social media marketing. Despite popular misconceptions, social media's true inception dates back to the start of the 21st century, with 6Degrees launched in 1997. While there were other dating sites and social networking platforms prior to 1997, it was 6Degrees that holds the true title of the first social media site. Unlike previous platforms, 6Degrees featured friends lists, instant messaging, and most importantly, unique user profiles. 6Degrees was founded in 1997 by Andrew Weinrich. The platform, revolutionary for its time, allowed users to create a profile, make friends, and post on digital bulletin boards. While many other platforms would eventually replace 6Degrees, the company saw temporary success and at its height served over 3.5 million registered users and employed over 100 people. After being bought out by Youth Streams Network in 1999 for around $100 million, the company never saw the same success again. After the purchase, 6Degrees suffered various closures and futile attempts to get it back to the platform it once was. Friendster, founded shortly after 6Degrees in March of 2002, was created by Jonathan Abrams. The company started in a basement with friends and family as the proprietary user base. The platform quickly grew, however, and within a few weeks of the launch, had thousands of users. Similar to 6Degrees, Friendster allows users to contact other members and share content online. Additionally, users could post videos and pictures for others to view. In 2011, Friendster transitioned from a social platform to a gaming one, with the main user base transitioning from the Americas to Asian countries. Due to its wavering focus on social media, many platforms would quickly replace Friendster, and its success would long be forgotten. At the turn of the 21st century, social media platforms began rapidly appearing. Shortly after Friendster came MySpace in 2003, and 6 months later came Facebook. MySpace, a platform extremely similar to Friendster, grew to millions of users in a short period of time. MySpace had the advantage of being part of a larger company, eUniverse, which had millions of existing users on its platforms. The users from the parent company's various sites quickly transitioned to MySpace, making its popularity explode. Similar to its predecessors, MySpace's popularity was short-lived, and the platform was soon dominated by Harvard dropouts Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook. The most popular social media platform today, Facebook, had humble beginnings. The platform was started while Mark Zuckerberg was still in college, and it was intended to be a school-wide directory for Harvard students. On the day of its launch, the platform amassed over 100 students, and within weeks it was used by schools throughout the country. By October 2005, the majority of universities and schools across the country utilized the site. A unique feature of Facebook was the wall, a text area where users could edit pictures and text posted by their friends and family. Ultimately, Facebook was able to outcompete MySpace due to its innovative features and the direction it headed. While MySpace took the initiative to add a plethora of features and different aspects to its site, Facebook transitioned to a clean and simplistic platform focused on communication and interaction with others. Twitter, launched in 2006, gained traction due to its uniqueness among other platforms. Rather than creating a site similar to Facebook and MySpace, Twitter was founded on tweets, which are 140-character word blogs that are short and simplistic messages. With the addition of hashtags in 2007, the platform gained immense popularity, and in 2010 had an average of 50 million tweets per day. Following the success of Twitter and Facebook came various other platforms that continue to be immensely popular. The launch of Instagram in 2010 brought over 1 million users in under 2 months. And more recently, Snapchat and TikTok, released in 2011 and 2016 respectively, are among the most popular platforms today. With approximately 72% of adults and 75% of teens interacting with social media on a daily basis, it's no wonder companies have shifted advertising strategies to meet changing consumer demands. So what companies use social media to market their product, and what is social media marketing? Social media marketing is a modern advertising method that uses social media platforms rather than conventional methods such as newspapers and billboards. Since social media's earliest days, companies and individuals have utilized social media to advertise their products. Unlike traditional methods, social media platforms come with various advantages due to their affordability, customization, and ability to target certain audiences. Perhaps the best place to start when discussing social media marketing is discussing its advantages over traditional methods. But you're probably asking yourself, what are these so-called traditional methods? Traditional advertising methods can be considered anything from TV ads to billboards on the side of the highway. These methods have been used for many years for their simplicity and effectiveness. What they are not known for, however, is their affordability. Compared to traditional advertising methods such as mail, TV, and radio, social media is less than 5% of the cost to reach the same audience size. For example, social media is one of the few ways you can reach over 1,000 people for the price of only $3. Unlike printing newspapers or painting a billboard, social media also requires little to no upfront costs, outside from a mobile device and a few dollars for an advertising fee. In addition to affordability, social media offers unmatched customization and the ability to target certain audiences. Brands of all calibers and industries can hyper-focus on specific consumers to make ads most effective. When making social media advertisements, Facebook and Instagram allow for an additional layer of customization that wouldn't be possible without social media. Advertisements can be specifically targeted to reach certain demographics, whether it's a specific geographic area, age group, or consumer type. Advertisement makers can also create custom audiences to target people who have visited a profile, engaged in a post, or even saved a post that you may have made. To further explain the practicality, affordability, and efficiency of social media advertisements, I spoke with both a business owner and a large account manager who bring real-world experience using social media as a means of advertisement. Why should it not? When all you want is to be loved, is to be loved. But love ain't easy.
I'm Lauren Misano. I'm a personal trainer and head trainer at Buff Beauties. I own a little personal training studio in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. I'm a personal trainer that primarily focuses on one-on-one. I do small group training as well, and I use social media a lot to promote my business. In the beginning of my business, when I started off Buff Brides, I would actually go to wedding shows. I would stand up, be a vendor, I would sit there, have people sign up. You think when you actually see people, you're meeting the client face on, oh yeah, they're gonna sign up, they're really interested, and maybe they go home and think about it. I feel like with Instagram, it's more in your face. You almost forgot about, the conversation you had with the girl, I think, at the vendor show. But what really, really worked was social media. Facebook, Instagram, they have gotten me so much more people, so much more traffic. People seeing before and afters on Instagram has been a huge, huge, huge help for my business. You left behind, you left behind. Can someone help me? The hardest part about social media is keeping up. In the beginning of Buff Brides, I think I started in 2015. I was much more into constantly posting. I was constantly doing Insta stories. I actually have found myself doing less of it because I was getting really busy in the gym actually training people. The drawback for me is I'm not staying on top of that, because in order to continue to get clients and to keep yourself on top, you gotta constantly post. So I know for me, a drawback would be to post more. COVID was shocking to me when it happened, to shut down. My entire business had to shut down. And the only thing I had going for me was social media. So I immediately had to figure out how to do Facebook Lives. And throughout COVID, I kept my business alive for 8 months till I was able to open up again. We posted 5 videos a week. I would also do core videos 2 to 3 times a week. I don't know if I would have survived the pandemic and kept my business alive if it wasn't for social media. I got an email one day saying, I found you on social media through Buff Brides. We have these couples that are getting married and we'd love for you to be the host and trainer of the show. So I actually called the woman back. So I became the host and head trainer of a show called My Big Fat Wedding Walk. I'm going to people's homes and help these couples lose weight for their wedding. I was found on social media for this TV opportunity, and then that's how they reached out to me.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer.
My name is Bobby Mullen. I am the Senior Director of Digital and Social Media at the Big East Conference.
'Cause we'll be screaming now, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want.
So in the landscape of college sports, we are one of the 32 Division I governing bodies. 11 schools play in our conference. We sponsor championships. We represent them in NCAA matters. So we house the schools and let them play.
Keeping us down is impossible, 'cause we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.
Take the Big East tournament. So the Big East tournament is one of our major events. So we use social media. We create video pieces that engage fans to buy tickets. We do interviews with our coaches and student athletes after games to be another media outlet to reach the fans. So everything we do on social enhances the brand of our schools and the brand of the conference, and that all leads to big events like the Big East tournament being a success.
'Cause we'll be screaming now, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, knocking out bodies.
Yeah, I think social media just has a lot more immediacy. In the moment, right after a game, a fan lives on social media, and that's where we try to meet them and have the most brand exposure as we can. You see what people like. People will tell you what they like to see on social media, what they like to engage with, whether it's results of posts, amount of interactions, amount of mentions. People on social media will tell you what they want and the kind of content that they want to see, and that makes it easier for us to say, okay, well, if fans are engaging really well with post-game interviews with Ed Cooley, let's do more post-game interviews with Ed Cooley. Just picking and choosing our spots and seeing what the fan wants, I think that's what's really cool about social media. I definitely think that people are less likely to engage with you just telling them buy tickets versus watch this cool interview and then at the end buy tickets. When you kind of post things for volume and not for quality, that I think ends up being a drawback. You know, if you're posting 4 times a day, buy tickets, people might tune you out. So you don't want to beat people over the head with that kind of content, but working it into a package about the history of the tournament, and at the end the ticket logo comes up. Stuff like that's a little more subtle hand is what I think you need. It's a lot of different things all at once sometimes, but you kind of just go with it and just make it work, and hopefully it pays off.
We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.